The alien hunter-killer appeared outside the capital in the blink of an eye. By the time Empress Eura reached the outer districts, several city blocks were already gone, ground to dust. They caught sight of it at the edge of the forest. It was the size of a wild mountain beast, and it hovered across the ground at high speed. Eura and her soldiers gave chase. The creature never turned to fight. Instead, it released 6 pods from its body and vanished. Each pod split open when struck. When Eura and her men opened it, they found inside unfamiliar holographic systems. It looked like advanced weaponry of some kind, and so Eura ordered these weapons preserved. The pods were taken back to the capital's research facilities, but one was placed in Eura's personal quarters by her own command. Eura had wanted to understand the enemy further so she could protect her people. She would not pass up an opportunity to personally study alien technology up close. The hunter-killer, though, that released these pods was still out there, and there was no way to find it since it was cloaked. Attacks continued. Eura's men kept searching desperately for the monster without success. Then one night, Eura felt a faint rumbling from inside her quarters, a low vibration, almost like the air was boiling. She took her hammer and crossed her dark room alone. The sound led to her study. When she opened the door, that's when it all became clear. The pods weren't weapons. They were sensors, and they could see and hear everything around them. The hunter-killer had never meant to escape. It was collecting information, and these pods were somehow recording everything around it and probing into everything it could find out about Adin and its defenses. But the moment that Eura stepped into the room, the pod shut down. It knew when it was being watched. Eura quickly grasped that destroying these pods would solve nothing. Leaving them where they were would give the enemy everything it wanted for its own intelligence-gathering mission. So Eura did something else. "I think I know how to lure that hunter-killer back out into the open," she said. Before dawn, she ordered all 6 pods moved into a sealed chamber without light or anything to collect information on. That's when the pods reacted. They began to signal for help, and somewhere beyond the city walls, the hunter-killer heard them. It broke its cloak and moved fast, materializing back into sight. It sped towards what it thought were scattered units in distress. It never realized that they were all in the same place. When the hunter-killer came into range, Eura gave the order. The capital's turrets fired all at once. In an instant, the monster was pulverized. Later, Eura stood alone in her study and reflected. She had almost given the enemy all the intelligence it needed, but it couldn't have predicted the ability of the Adinians to pivot and surprise. Oh, that those qualities would continue to serve Adin and its fight to survive, she prayed.